How's it going, everybody? My name is Tom. I'm a metal musician and welcome back to the channel. And as you can probably hear, my voice is sounding a hell of a lot better now. It's still a bit croakier in there, but you know, what can you do?
What can you do indeed?
Now, today I've got a bit more of a personal one for you because I watched back my last two videos recently, and the only thing that really gave off about me is I'm just a massive Machine Head fan. Because the first video I ever did, I ranked all the Machine Head albums from worst to best. Get it right, man. And then my second video, I told you all that my voice was completely shot, and because I'd been to a Machine Head gig a few nights prior. So today, I thought I'd go just a little bit more in depth into who I am, what I've done, what I intend to do, and just how I intend to do it. So I'm pretty much going to ask myself 5 questions, and then just freestyle it really. Just go from there. Let's get on with question 1, shall we?
Question 1. Who the hell are you?
My name is Tom Brooks. I'm 28 years old, and I've been playing music pretty much most of my life, really. And I started out playing the violin, then I went on to guitar. I did recorder as well, but I think I only did like 1 or 2 lessons in that, so I just couldn't really get into it. I moved on to guitar when I was in year 4. And yeah, like I said in my last video, it's been 20 years since I started playing guitar. Where's that time gone? And then I started off playing guitar just the usual way you would in first school. Just learn kid songs like all the basic chords, if you will. And then I kind of just played guitar for a good several years at that point, and then when I was 14, or just as I was coming up to the end of year 9, I started taking drum lessons as well from a chap called Lee Jennings, and it turns out Lee Jennings, he taught Lost Prophet's very last drummer, and I cannot for the life of me remember his name. I was never a big fan of Lost Prophets anyway, and I would get into a lot of trouble if I said I was a fan of them now. Let's put it that way. And then pretty much everything I've been learning since I started playing drums. So I've just been like trying a load of different things here and there. I mean, ever since I finished college, everything I've learned since then has, for the most part, been self-taught. I mean, I got the basics from most of my teachers, and a few other bits as well. I mean, like things like basic scales, for example, which I still can't memorise to save my fucking life. And yeah, so I'm pretty much still trying to find my style of playing, whether it's on guitar, whether it's on drums, whether it's on bass, or just whatever. But the instruments. My words are weird. So the instruments I play now, I'm just going to go with it. It's a fun thing to say. I'm going to go with instruments. So the instruments I play now is obviously the main one, obviously guitar, drums secondary, bass. Yeah, I mean I do like playing bass, but I just mainly use it for recording demos more than anything else. And then I'm currently relearning how to be a vocalist, and as you can tell, I've been practicing quite a bit over the last couple of days. That's what my voice ain't fully recovered, and that's pretty much the musical history of me. And let's get on to question 2 then.
Question 2. What have you done with your talents?
Honestly, I've played probably about 15 gigs in the last, how long has it been now? In the last 15 years. Oh no. That's pretty much the equivalent of 1 gig a year. So with everything I've done pretty much in the time I've started playing music, what I've achieved with it is virtually nothing. And I mean, I joined my first band when I was just before I started high school, and I think we played like 5 gigs in 3 years, and yeah, that band just pretty much went nowhere. And then when I started college, I was in 3 different bands, and two of them I actually got to like have an official gigging stage. Right? I mean, like outside of the college rooms, and then and since then, I've played. Since I finished college, I think I've only played like 3 gigs. Yeah, first 3 gigs with my old band Dark Sorrow, and I think Dark Sorrow is still going, but I'm no longer a part of that band because there was a lot of differences and tensions building up. So best thing to do is to just get out of there. I mean, I'm still in touch with the vocalist. Me and him are on good terms, despite the fact that he constantly keeps going for my nipples. And yeah, the last gig I played was in December 2016. It's been killing me recently. I need to start playing gigs again. And pretty much, actually, I don't need to explain any more about that because it's only very short. Let's just move on to question 3.
Question 3. What are you up to now?
And what I'm up to now is I'm in between 2 different projects at the minute. One, I've got a band called Become the Sleep in the works with my buddy Dave, who I mentioned in my Machine Head video. A friend of mine from work and one of Dave's friends from childhood, really. And the genre we've got at the minute, from my perspective, it's kind of a mixture between metalcore and thrash. And I'm primarily a thrash guy. Oh yes. And yeah, so I've got that going on at the minute, and whenever Become the Sleep's not got anything in particular going on, Dave and I we're trying to get some black metal stuff done. Me and Dave, we love our black metal. And yes, I am playing guitar for both of those projects, and that's the main reason I'm trying to relearn vocals, because I can do growls perfectly fine, but I can't do clean singing to save me life, and I'm pretty much just trying a load of different exercises to try and open the vocal cords up a little bit, and what has Become the Sleep got in the works at the moment? Well, we've got 2 songs virtually finished, minus vocals, because we haven't got a vocalist or any lyrics of any kind, because we're not really focused on that at the minute. We just want to get the music done. And I've almost finished demoing the 3rd song, which I'm hoping to get, which hopefully I'll have finished by the time this video goes out, and I've sent it to the rest of the band. And hopefully, if all goes to plan, we should be able to start gigging by hopefully next year. That's what I want to do. I just want to get back on a stage again. I just want to get back on a stage. And then, although granted, I do professional wrestling as well, so I'm on a stage in that sense. It's great fun, but it hurts like fuck. And then this black metal project, Dave and I, we only agreed to do this properly, like literally very recently. I mean, literally about a month ago. And I've got some ideas going around in my head, and I've still got some old demos on my computer that I've just never ended up using. So I'm gonna be working on that as well. I'm also working on a theme song for the promotion that I wrestle for.
I do enjoy a challenge.
And that's pretty much musically what I've got going on at the minute. And who knows where it goes? Some of it might work, some of it might not. But you know, I've been playing music pretty much about most of my life, and I'm just going to keep doing it until something happens, even if I die before it does. On to the next question.
Question 4. Why did you start doing YouTube now?
The reason I've started doing YouTube now, well into my late 20s, over the last couple of years, I kind of feel like I've been kind of hitting a brick wall in a way, because I don't do social media. I mean, I'm not the most sociable guy in the world, and I'll openly admit that. And yeah, I may be eccentric, but particularly when I meet new people, I tend to be quite do I or don't I? Do I or don't I? And I want to try and change that. I did try doing YouTube a couple of years ago, but all the footage I was getting just sounded so dull, and I just didn't sound very excited by it. I'm okay to do it now. I feel confident enough to talk to a camera without feeling like a complete and utter arse. And yeah, I've seen what other YouTubers have done, so with their music careers, or how they got their careers started through YouTube. And I thought, you know what? I've been playing music all my life. I've got virtually nowhere with it. Hopefully, I can do this to try and change that. And plus, I need an excuse to keep myself busy, because I can't just sit down and play guitar anymore. Not like I used to. As much as I want to, I just cannot bring myself to do it. You know, because things like life gets in the way. Pardon me. And because there's things like work. I mean, having a mortgage, having 2 cats, and at the moment we're in a cost of living crisis, so I can't get any more equipment, which I was more than able to do when I was living with my mother. And yeah. I mean, things are pretty hard at the minute, but I finally got myself into a position where I can sit in front of a camera regularly, do things like this, and just keep myself occupied, really. And like I said, I've got that Halloween cover, which I'm hoping to get done by then, and it all depends on how it goes within the next couple of weeks, because all the heavy guitars are done. I just gotta mix them, and Dave's very kindly agreed to do the drums for it. Or I say kindly agreed. He said, "I want to do it. I want to do it." All right, I'm joking, Dave. I love you, bro. And yeah, just things like that, because I want to keep myself musically occupied, so I don't end up like I did when me and my ex-girlfriend were together, just phasing it out. And when I pick up a guitar again, I'm like, I can't play. and yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna wrap it up with that, because enough babbling. Let's just get on to the very last question.
And number 5. Why would you take me seriously?
That is a very good question. Why would you take me seriously? Because I've been playing music for over 20 years now, and in that time I have achieved virtually fuck all. I've got no official music released. I've got 2 YouTube videos out, and I've got another series in the works, which originally I was going to start this week, but again, life just got in the way, so I'm just. So the best I can do with that one is just to do it like a monthly thing. And yeah, that's a very good question. Why would you take me seriously? Well, the fact is, I've always admired musicians who have struggled the longest, but still push to actually succeed. Because I've always admired people like Dave Mustaine. I mean, Dave Mustaine, he's always been very musically active. I mean, he may be my favourite guitarist of all time, but it's just one of those very Marmite types of people. You either love him or you don't. But when he got kicked out of Metallica, he could have easily just quit the music industry here and there, but he didn't. He went on to form who I still think is the best band of the Big Four, Megadeth, and Peace Sells, but Who's Buying is still my favourite album of all the Big Four. I just absolutely love that album. And it's the same with and again, I'm not going to talk about Machine Head in every video I do, but even when Machine Head left Roadrunner in 2003, like Robb Flynn explained in an interview with Metal Injection recently, I'll link it below, and that they were in probably the toughest position of their entire lives, and it was debating whether or not he could actually carry on playing music. And eventually, they came out with Through the Ashes of Empires, which is still to this day regarded as one of their best albums. And then, obviously, The Blackening came after. I still have wet thoughts over that album. Yeah, and I could literally just name people forever and ever, and I'm not in any way saying that I'm going to be exactly like those guys, because I know for a fact that I'm not. But the one thing that I had to learn probably the hard way was that if you try and be someone else, or for example, say if Become the Sleep want to become the next Kill Switch Engage, if I say that, we've immediately failed, because we're not Kill Switch Engage, we're Become the Sleep. If I say I'm going to be the next Dave Mustaine, I've immediately failed, because the best way you can be is just be the best version of what you are. Now, I know it sounds very, very cliche, but I've tried copying the styles of other guitarists, and it just completely didn't work. And with this new series I've got coming up, I'm kind of exploring that in a way, because I've been wondering whether or not I've been playing guitar wrong all these years, and hopefully that series will try and get to the bottom of it, and yeah, that's pretty much the story of me. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, I apologise for all the rambling. And if you let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these videos where it's just me giving my perspective, or if you want to see me actually playing more guitar, then just let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to opinion. Again, very bold move. So that'll be it for today, and I'll see you next time. And remember, have fun. But don't you?